Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for the latest film interviews, features, and recommendations on the movies that matter. Shruti Haasan, so good to see you. How are you doing, Shruti? How are you holding up?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm doing surprisingly well in quarantine. How are you?
Shruti, you actually just came back, just before lockdown was announced, is when you returned from London, didn't you? And you sort of self-quarantined immediately.
Well, so I have to say today, Rajiv, that I got back around the 12th or 13th. And that time nobody was taking COVID-19 seriously at all.
Right.
It wasn't till the PM said, oh, we're going to shut down the country for a day that anyone even took it that seriously.
Right.
But obviously, so people were like carrying on, like, we'll shoot, we'll do this, but I was just being extra careful from my side.
Right. Right. What has the last? I mean, what I saw you chatting with your friend Sophie Chaudhary. I realized you're literally home alone. It's just your cat for company. Is that correct?
Yeah, just my cat.
I've been seeing your Instagram videos and lots of cooking is happening. I notice.
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot. I've been cleaning. So I moved in very recently and I haven't had the chance to set up my home in my way or get acquainted with it by myself. And I think now we like know each other. We can make a little baby. So we like know each other so well now. I've also been doing something on my Insta Live, which has been fun, is talking to women who inspire me. And that's been really amazing. So I have 3 more left and then I'm done.
Right. Shruti, what's it like? What's it like being sort of alone? I mean, literally alone. You spoke a little about that in that video. You said you're missing sort of physical, contact. You're missing communication, especially since it's a new home. Is most of the time sort of spent communicating with the family? I know that your mom is in Mumbai, your dad is in Chennai. Is most of the time sort of just keeping in touch?
Keeping in touch with family, keeping in touch with people I've like not given enough time to. Catching up with my friends in America because none of us have a sense of timing anymore. So there's like no need to wake up.
Correct.
So it's like really easy to speak with them. I've also been pretty much in my apartment because I've realized that like people are so afraid of it that there's a lot of fear in the environment. And me having come back from London, I can feel it even in my own society and building, which has been very strange because, it's like educated doctors and people, but it's just been it's been a big lesson to see that while people really do not naturally gravitate to positivity. So it's been like a big eye-opener for me. But keeping in touch with people and really reconnecting with myself. Yeah.
Right. What about supplies? I mean, I'm going to make this really basic. What are you doing about supplies? Do you have help? Do you have house help? What do you
No, so I have somebody who brings me my supplies. And people in the society have offered saying, if you want fruit and vegetable, let us know. I, like a lot of people, wasn't prepared because I'm more plastic, meaning I have my card and I shop or I send my driver. And that's how it is for all of us. Right. So what I've done is I've got the supplies that I need, like, and not bulk, but like stuff I can reuse, like canned beans, tin beans, potatoes, onion. I'm cooking all my tomatoes and freezing them so that I can thaw them and reuse them. This is like my brain just started working in that way so that I'm not having to depend on constant supplies.
Right. But were you sort of naturally fond of cooking? Was that something you did, or is that something you've now discovered?
No, I always cooked.
Okay.
I always cooked, but it always ended up being the same sambar sadam, potato. My Bombay friends would be like, make us, South Indian food. But now because of this, I think I've also have to be innovative with what I have. So I'm like, I have like 2 cubes of cheese left. Like, how can I use that? And I have aubergine and a capsicum. Like, what can I do with this?
Correct. So it's been I saw creative. Really lovely ramen. It looked like it must have been delicious.
It was so delicious and it's so easy. So I wanted to share stuff with people to know that, we all have soy sauce in our fridge and ramen in the house. So just to make it fun. Because the only thing is it's hard. The reason I'm excited about cooking is because it's so weird to be excited about cooking for yourself every day.
That's right.
So I wanted to make it exciting.
Nice. And the only companion is the cat. How is that going?
She's good. She's like been super affectionate. I had 2 cats and right before this, one of them ran away. So this one has become more like a dog. She's become like really affectionate, which has worked out good for both of us at this time.
have you been able to be productive? I mean, I saw that you'd written a song, but have you been able to use this time also to, to sharpen the skills, to hone the craft? Have you been able to create, some, more than one song?
So the thing is that I've been sitting at the piano and just doing like practice and stuff because I don't feel like writing anything right now because everything that comes out is very doomsday prophetic at this
Correct.
point. I feel like talking about my feelings feels petty almost.
Yeah.
And I'm a singer songwriter who's always been about the worlds inside of me.
Right.
But right now it's like you feel like a bit of a little shit for talking about the worlds inside of you. Although it is about all of us contemplating, it feels difficult to articulate it into art
Right.
at this moment. Yeah.
Right. Have you been in touch with some of your friends? Your actor friends. I mean, everyone's going through the same thing. Everyone's in this situation where you can't work, you can't be on the set. A lot of your colleagues were probably shooting things that had to halt midway. Have you been in touch with? Is this is the actor's life part of sort of talking and realizing that it's the same for everyone?
I'm not like the most social when it comes to people in the industry. I think people know that. I have very few friends from the business.
Right.
And I check in on them anyway. So it's kind of like the same level. It's not like, oh my God, we're stuck at home. It's not like that. It's like, it is what it is. But I have like a select few people. I get along with everyone, but I have like a few people that I'm super close to.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I thought what we do on this call is bring in another actor, another female actor who's probably having a similar experience. I know that you know her. I know that you're friends. So I thought this is going to be a little surprise to you. I'm going to add this person in, and I think it'll be a pleasant surprise because I've seen pictures and I know that you guys are friends. Okay, I'm going to try to do this, and hopefully she will answer. Wouldn't it be really embarrassing if we set this whole thing up and the other person doesn't answer?
Or I don't like the other person, that would be worse.
That is true. Okay, it's dialing, so I think we may have some luck. I think we may be in luck. Oh, okay, no, that call didn't go through. We're going to try again.
Okay.
It's also weird when you're doing it with actors, when you're sort of surprising them because and I don't know, you can tell me if actors want to look a certain way. There.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, I see you're happy, Shruti.
He was like, I'm going to surprise you with someone. And I was like, listen, my circle is like very small. And it better be someone that I like. Tammy's my favorite of all time.
How are you, Tamannaah? How are you doing? How are you holding up?
Great. Actually, I think this was a time I needed with myself. So I'm spending like just chill time with mom and dad at home. And I pretty much I don't really plan my day. I love the fact that I can just kind of go with the flow, which would have never been possible if, say, I had a shoot schedule.
Right.
So this is of course, this was not the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
Where it's, where we are stuck at home in the sense that the situation outside is so bad.
Correct.
And it's like the more you hear about what's happening, and I'm like consciously trying to not see the news because I feel like that just affects you after a while. So
it is actually quite. I want to ask this to both of you. How do you keep your spirits up when the only communication that is coming from outside is grim and gloomy? What is the trick, and what are you doing to make sure that, of course, that is reality and it's important to be in touch with that and know what's going on. But how to keep your own spirits up because it can lead to depression if one sort of is only exposed to that information.
I think more than depression, it can lead to like an obsession, which is what I've noticed in people like on WhatsApp. I don't know about you, Tammy. There's some people I'm just like, stop. Like, do you know COVID-19 can also come if like your neighbor blows and it'll carry through the window, and then this doctor said this, and then there's some video in Marathi, and then there's some astrologer boy who predicted, and I'm like, stop. Stop.
Well, secretly, like for me, I like while I'm at home, I am intrinsically a home bird, so I love spending time at home, and I know that in no way would I have ever taken this kind of a time out for myself.
Right.
Because that's my nature to kind of just think, okay, work, work, work. That's where I end up kind of putting all my energy, and I enjoy doing that.
Correct.
But I sometimes feel like as people, we don't completely understand that sometimes you need to take time out to just daydream. I mean, so I remember how I actually started like the thought of becoming an actor came to me when it was a summer vacation when I was like 12 years old. And I literally had nothing to do. I was at home, like lying on my bed, like watching TV, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with my life? And I'm like, okay, let's join a theater group. So I think the generation today is really missing out on daydreaming, and they're really missing out on, not being bombarded with information today, like social media or the television or whatever. There's so much exposure and there's so much information. Sometimes
Right.
I feel like that information doesn't let you think as to what do you really want, because you're constantly just like, there's so much going on. So I
Right.
think that this time I'm actually getting to reassess many more things that I actually want to do. Like I wanted to cook. I really wanted to learn how to cook. And whenever I come home, I'm a Sindhi, so like my Sindhi household has a lot of food all the time. Like I think Shruts knows, whenever we like have a get-togethers at home, it's like unrealistic amount of food is always cooked. So now I'm able to do that, which I was really not getting a chance to do.
I saw you prepared a very elaborate breakfast for yourself. I think, was it yesterday?
Yeah, everyone's been asking me, did you eat all that? But actually, I made it for me, my mom, and dad. So
Okay.
there were 3 people eating that much.
Okay.
They're like, Are, she mustn't be eating. She's a heroine. How can she be eating so much food?
Right. What are you all watching? I mean, I would imagine that some part of the day is spent catching up with Netflix and Amazon and all the shows and the films that are available. What would you strongly recommend to those that are looking for their next binge? Both of you.
I started watching, I've just finished Ozark season 3, which I highly recommend. And I've just started Killing Eve, which I'm late to the party. But I'm like, so Tammy, you have to watch it. Like, we have to talk about it.
It's called Killing Eve.
Killing Eve.
Okay.
It's like Lady
And I think
Power
it's on
to the
Hotstar,
max.
isn't it? It's on Hotstar.
It's on Hotstar. It's so
Yeah.
amazing. So I've started watching Killing Eve. Yeah.
Okay. Tamannaah, what are you watching?
If she's late to the party, I have just like, I mean, I'm probably the last person entering it, because so with me, I'm so lazy with watching content. Like my mom had to buy me a television where I can talk to the remote, because I have to like say, oh, now play this. Like that's like I have a problem with technology. I don't like to use it.
Okay.
And so my mom was like, listen, you're never going to watch television. And I actually haven't used my TV in 4 years, or at least 3 years if I can remember. I think the new TV has come now after that. And so I mean, for me, I'm actually watching a lot of stuff now, and I did not know I like documentaries. Like I'm discovering that about myself, that actually over like watching a movie or watching a series, I actually like to watch a documentary, and I had never done that before. So I've been watching a lot of documentaries on health, because I think that's something that interests me. I enjoy kind of wanting to research about it. In terms of like content, like web shows, I've been like Netflix and Amazon is what's on my television, and I'm not going to really sit and figure out any further technology on this TV because you know how lazy I am. So but I watched She, which I thought was really nice.
Okay.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching the documentaries, I saw something which was Taylor Swift. I think it was a documentary which I thought was very nice. And I think somewhere related to it, because I think we're the same age and kind of similar journeys in the sense of starting, having started work very, very young.
And so, both of you are good girls, Tammy.
I mean, see, now you're the only one who knows that I'm not like, come on, you have to break that. You have to help me break that thing, man. So she's my only rescue to like whenever I have any like confusion or whether I'm like really stuck with something, I call her and I like have a discussion. And actually in the industry, I don't think I am as close as I am to her. I don't think I have a relationship with anyone, because essentially we both forget that we both are actresses. And that's just something we do for a living. And of course, they're very passionate about it. But I mean, when we're together, I completely forget that, we are in the same profession. And so many times, like, she's been offered a film and I've been offered she can't do the film for whatever reason, or then it's offered to me, and
Or they don't tell us thinking they're being very smart.
they will not tell us, but we will be like, we kar le, it's nice. Or, we actually have these discussions of,
Right.
I can't do this for this reason, so you go ahead, do it. And also I'll get like a full detail about what is it and all that. So this is the kind of rapport we share where it doesn't really matter.
Right.
And one thing that nobody knows about Shruti that I really want to say,
Uh-huh.
This is as good as a show as it gets.
Yeah.
Is that she is so domesticated. She is like a mummy. She has babied me when I've come to her house. She
Lovely.
insane, like yummy food, and she's not just cooking. Like she will host you with so much, like basically will mummy you. Like she will sit and make sure you're so comfortable. Like she'll probably give you a quilt you can sit and you can be so comfortable in her house. And we live very close to each other actually, right? But yeah, with the given situation, we have to be at home and do these chats.
I know. We keep saying we'll hang out, and now we can't.
We are in the same city, but we cannot hang out.
Correct. But Shruti, I mean, now we've heard that you're a great host. You're a real pamperer. We know from the Instagram stuff that you really cook very well. But what we've known all along is that you're this wonderful musician. And I know that under lockdown you've been inspired to write a little bit. You've said that you're not writing too much because what's coming out is the hard bits, is the difficult bits. It's sort of a reflection of what we're going through. But you know what? Now that Tamannaah has said all these wonderful things, now all that's left is to serenade her. Come on, give us a few lines.
I'm tired of this good girl. What good girl now?
Correct. Give us something. Give us some music, Shruti. I know the piano is in the other room, so I won't ask you to go with the instrument, but something that you can sort of sing for us.
What should I sing?
You have to.
I think I'll sing the dark version of Imagine, because there was this celebrity video with everyone being like Imagine, and I was like,
correct, the Gal Gadot one, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the dark version of it.
Okay.
Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Oh, hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Yeah, there you go, the dark mood.
Wow, that's such a lovely voice. It's awesome. Sorry?
If I had a voice like hers, I'd be doing this all day.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I want to ask the two of you. I mean, of course, this is a time to reflect. This is a time to, you're in this situation where you will relax because, of course, when you're not doing the domestic chores, there is a time for relaxation. But are you also missing work? Are you missing being on the sets? Is that something that you can relate to? I was talking to Varun Dhawan and he said, I can't wait to get back. I can't wait to get back to the set. Is that something? I know that you all both work very hard. You all shoot a lot. You're creating music a lot. Do you also are you all missing work at this time?
I am. I know I am. Which is like okay, but I know Tammy is because I've always told Tammy for years. Other producers, especially in Telugu and stuff, will be like, if you call Tamannaah madam, even at 3 o'clock in the morning, she will come. And I used to be like, that time Tammy and I weren't friends. I used to be like, this bloody Tamannaah, she's made life difficult for the rest of us because she's showing up at 4 a.m. on the dot. But I know Tamannaah, I feel like Tammy shouldn't be missing work because if there's anybody on this planet who deserves a mini break, it's her. But I think we're all missing traveling. I don't know about you, Tammy. But
well, I'm actually missing shooting. But I'm not missing the travel part because we travel so much, right? Like we're always on a plane. And I feel like I'm homebird. So I'm very happy actually being at home and chilling and doing like stuff. Like I've been just cleaning my cupboard. Like I thought that was a very important thing that would have probably gotten postponed for another few years.
Correct. It's one of those things that you say, I'll do when I have the time, I'll do, and that time never comes, right? Yeah.
It never comes.
And now it has suddenly.
Sorry?
And now it has suddenly that time.
It has. And my mother's very thrilled.
I want to ask both of you, do you feel that when the world normalizes again, when we go back to our lives in the way that we knew it, hopefully sooner rather than later, do you feel like we're all going to come out changed from this experience? Do you feel like there's going to be an intrinsic fundamental change in us when we go back into the world?
I think so, definitely. I think there's a collective consciousness shift if you are spiritual, which is currently occurring. And I think those who don't get the memo and don't move forward are going to have a tough time adjusting. I think also as an artist, there's a really interesting thing my father told me, that like leading men in Hollywood would not cry in the beginning. And after Vietnam, they all started crying because it was a reflection of society. So if there's anyone who comes out of this unaffected, then it's really amazing, because blessed are the ignorant. I think.
Correct.
I mean, that would be the only explanation, because I think it's made us all realize the power of technology, the value of physical connectivity, the value of our work, the value of knowing that you never ever had control to begin with, and now it's like obvious that we don't.
That's so true. That's
Yeah.
so true. Tamannaah, do you
Tamannaah
feel
ji.
that? Yeah. Tamannaah, do you feel? Sorry.
Go ahead, Rajeev. Go ahead. You're saying.
No. I was asking you. Do you feel like we're going to come out changed? I mean, that was Shruti's opinion. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like this time is going to mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
I just feel it's a really unique opportunity to do what you need to do as an individual. Like for everyone, it's gonna mean like, maybe for some people it is to some people need to realize, some people need to let go, some people need to, I think also like maybe for someone like me, always trying to control my work, trying to, I want to let go. So maybe after this, I would treat my work very differently.
Right.
I would also do things that I really want to do versus what I have been compulsively doing.
Yeah.
So I think from like as an individual standpoint, this is what would change for me. And I also feel like everyone will change in some different way. It will not be the
True.
same for everyone. And I know what, to be honest, it's fine if it doesn't. Like it's okay. Like so what, you just had you just did not do anything in this time. That's fine, because I feel like it's this time that people don't do anything and also is extremely important. So it's okay.
Right.
You don't have to achieve anything out of it. Like I have been trying to do health and this and that because that excites me. But
I saw some yoga videos. Yeah.
Yeah, but like for someone else, it must be hell. It'd be like, I want to sit in the bed and eat.
Correct.
So I feel like everyone should, and I'm sure it. Like Shruti said, it's going to change people, but I guess differently.
Yeah, I do think, and I do hope that I more than anything, I hope we come out sort of more compassionate, towards the world, towards the environment, and ourselves. I feel like it kind of sort of shows you that a lot of things that we hold on to and were very important are not actually. I mean, and it's true what you all said. That you feel like you're in control, you want to be in control of your life, and then something like this comes along and shows you that you're not actually in control of anything. But thank you so much for this. I really enjoyed chatting with you. I do hope when the world normalizes, we can chat in person without the middleman of the internet and Skype. But thank you for this, and I do think that when this all goes back, you guys should hang out again, because if there's one thing we've learned from this, don't put things off until later. You don't know when that's going to come. So thank you, and maybe the next time, Shruti, I'm going to come for a taste of that hospitality that Tamannaah is recommending so strongly. So thank you so much. Thank you. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay indoors, and the next time we do this face to face, in person. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
family.
Thank you. Bye.